going on there, YouTube? Back again on the RCmodelex truck. If you haven't seen this truck before, I've had it not a year yet. I got it right before USTE last year, and I wasn't in the driving condition when I got it. I picked it up off my buddy Ray Wallace. He made me a deal on it. RCmodelex trucks are very expensive. I believe this kit was near, or with shipping and stuff, around $1,000, and it was not ready to run. Those prices are just for rolling chassis, but it's all steel welded chassis. It's got a nice weight to it, and this one was almost ready to run. It needed some electronic upgrades, and the suspension and stuff had been taken off, and the wheelbase was messed up, and we went through all that, and I decided I was going to put the 4Runner body on it, and we did that. And I decided I didn't like the 4Runner body on it, so we went back to the original Hilux body that Ray had on there, and we've weathered it a little bit. Done some upgrades. I'm happy with the tire and wheel setup. I'm pretty happy with the suspension on it. I need to get it out and drive it again. It's been a little bit. I know it's a little early. We're still 3 months away from USTE 2020. Check the link in the video description if you're interested in that. It's down in Florida. I'll be teaching a class, and there's going to be all kinds of amazing trails out there to run on. But yeah, I'm actually sponsoring the event. It's pretty cool. I've never sponsored anything. But yeah, so I'm going to get this truck ready to go. I know it's a little early, but I've got to start going through rigs and knocking some stuff, getting some stuff off my plate. Because this year I'm planning on having a little bit bigger setup, bringing more of my stuff. And I'm hoping to spend a lot of time out on the trails because they are amazing. It's by far the best place I've ever driven my tiny trucks. It's made for it, literally. But so we're gonna go ahead and get this truck ready, and I'm gonna start with upgrading these front lights. I like these lights. They aren't not functional. This truck does have a full light kit. Ray had already installed on the body before I got it, but we're gonna do some of these new RC4wd ARB intensity LEDs. There should be a link somewhere. We put these on the C2X, the RC4wd C2X, and they're pretty good lights. They're not super blinding bright, but they do work in the dark like they're supposed to. And this truck's kind of decked out. I mean, it is an old rusty Toyota, but we've got an ARB style bumper. So we've got a worn winch. We've got a few things where it matters. I think it would look good with some actual scale looking lights up front instead of those little dirty, empty axial housings. So we're probably going to have to modify the mount a little bit to get them on there. And I just realized I don't have a Y adapter to connect it to the radio. So I'm going to have to get one of those. But we're going to go ahead and get them installed. I forgot what all I had on this truck. I need to work out a better battery mount. These don't really have a place to put a battery. We've got a plate across the top here over the transfer case, but there's really no room between the seat and the interior for a battery. Going full ghetto style, I was using some rubber bands. I do think it stayed kind of wedged in there in the body, but wasn't that great. So underneath the body here, there's a light controller. Ray's got all kinds of stuff, but it's got tail lights and headlights, the main thing. It does have interior lights. He had a horn on here. He had all kinds of stuff. And the winch controller, I think I still have. I've never had a functioning winch. I'm sad to admit that. Been doing this for so long. I've got lots of winches on rigs, but I've never had one actually function. So it might be kind of cool to get this one hooked up eventually, but for now we're just going to do some lights, and we're going to take it for a shakedown run again. See if it needs anything else serious before we head out to Florida. Alright guys, so probably couldn't see much from all that. It's pretty dark, but the lights actually work really well. This truck's already got full light set of everything on it. The interior light's a little bright. I may end up taking that off. Needed to adjust these down a little bit, snug them back up, and we're good to go. There'll be a link in the video description for these ARB intensity lights. You saw me put them on the C2X as well. I really digging this truck. I went ahead while I had this part. The big issue with this RCmodelex frame is there was never a battery tray of any kind, so went ahead and made one. Just some crude sheet metal, but I think it's going to work well. I'm getting a little bit of rubbing on the fender flares during full lock. This does have pretty decent turning radius, but I don't think it's anything really to worry about. That servo is still driving me bananas. One thing I would like to do on this truck, this still is the original RC4wd Yoda 1 axle, and I would like to upgrade to a Yoda 2 because they are, there's a leaf in the back, there's lots of leaves everywhere. They do have a little bit better steering setup, and these have a little bit of slop in them, the old Yoda 1s, so I've done that on most all of my Trailfinder 2s. I just don't have any Yoda 2s to swap at the moment, and I think they're still like 70 or 80 bucks, so it's going to be out of the question for a little while. I got it getting dirty already. Alright, let's turn this thing off. So the battery tray is looking good. It sounded like something else might have been rubbing. It may just be this front drive shaft. Alright, where's the power switch? Got so many rigs I can't remember where the power switches are. I still still don't trust leaving lipos in my rigs, so we'll put that back in the bag. But battery tray seemed like it held up pretty well. I bent those just crude. I had to throw some spacers on the outside, use some longer bolts. That is the upper 4-link mount. But yeah, everything looks good. Held up good. It's in a good spot. Everything reaches. I did get a Y adapter. You saw me put it on. Local hobby shop, they're like $7. That was some brand name one I've never seen before. It was a little bit more expensive than the ones I usually buy. But yeah, everything's good. The rear suspension's still good. Front suspension's still good. Pretty happy with this rig. I think it's going to be one of the most fun ones to drive out at USTE this year or next year. It's this year because it's closer to now than it was before, but whatever. I just bought this truck from my buddy Ray Wallace about a week before USTE this year, and it needed a lot of cleaning up and a lot of work done to it, so I couldn't take it out. And yeah, from what I've seen of the trails from last year, it's going to be a good rig for that environment. But I appreciate you guys watching, and yeah, check out the link in the below for the ARB lights. And oh, and also I finally have some stickers. Where are they? I got my samples in, and they are available down below. My new RC Everyday logo with the hot rod, and we have shirts and everything now too. But anyways, check those out if you're interested. If not, it's cool. And keep it scale. I'll see y'all in the next video.